Peace, peace, YouTube family. It's your boy Zay coming back at you with another one. You dig? You know how we do. We get right into it. So this video, I want to talk about how change does not always mean evolution. Change does not always mean evolution. And the reason I'm touching on this because somebody in my comments on the video while I was speaking about marijuana, I was talking about all these new different strands and this and this and that, and bro's in the comments, and he was like, that's what you don't understand, bro. Everything evolved, this and this and that. And I told him, just because something changed, that don't mean it evolves. And we was talking about the strands specifically. He was saying, bro, that's what you don't understand, bro. Everything evolves. But like I said, just because something changed from its original state does not mean it's evolving, bro. And we can look at that from a myriad of things, not just the marijuana plant. And I've done some studies deeper into that, studying what Dr. Wesley Muhammad was talking about with how the military was trying to find ways to use marijuana as a weapon. And I've been doing research on that, but it's a whole nother story. But like I said, bro, you can look at that in a myriad of different walks of life and things. For instance, bro, it's just with the food. Yeah, our food is changing, but in terms of if it's being healthy for us, does not mean it's evolving. For something to evolve, that means it has to increase in terms of proficiency, optimization for us, and so many more things. Just because something changes into a new state of something or changes into a new direction of something or a new path does not mean it's evolving. It's just changing. Social media into AI. Some may say it's evolving. Some may just say it's just changing. That's just come down to perspective on how you see it. You feel me? It's a lot of things that's in life that's just changing. That doesn't mean it's evolving, bro. Sometimes music is changing. Would you agree that it's evolving? In terms of, I say this, in terms of maybe the beat patterns and how 808s is used and stuff like that, I would say that's evolving. Like the producers are getting real nifty, real crafty, even though they still make beats on loops. So it keeps you in that trance state because the beat pattern is on a loop. You know what I'm saying? So that's what make you bob your head, you feel me? But I will say they getting real creative with the sampling and the beat patterns and whatnot, even though it's on a loop. But in terms of music as a whole, especially like hip hop and whatnot, I just think it's changing. I don't think it's evolving. R&B, I don't think it's evolving, but I think it's evolving. It's not at the state of where hip hop is or rap is. You feel me? R&B still smooth and whatnot. But some of the R&B artists, they lyrics be like rappers. They just sing it. You feel me? They just basically singing rappers. Some of these R&B artists. But yeah, bro, everything that changed don't mean it's getting better. Feel me? Sometimes going back to source of how things was is the best way to. Sometimes backwards is evolution. Sometimes we strayed away from things that was already how it should have been, and we keep trying to. Oh, we gotta evolve. Some things it's just, you know what I'm saying. Some things we need to return back to, and find another way to or another lane to pivot off of to see if that route is a better way for evolution. Because a lot of things that we pivoted from and tried to go in a direction to evolve from, we didn't evolve. It just changed, bro. It just changed. So don't get those two misconstrued, bro. You feel me? Because it's wicked out here, bro. There's so many things around us that people consider, oh, the world is evolving. Is it? Or is it just changing? Some aspects, maybe, yeah. But I don't know. Bro. Yeah. Like I said, the food is changing, but it's not evolving. It's a bunch of like new different soul food items and different desserts people make and different combinations people make, but are these combinations healthy for us? So just because something tastes good, does that necessarily mean it's evolving if it's harming our internal organs on the flip side? So therefore, it wouldn't necessarily be evolving, it would just be changing. So it's about perspective, bro. It's about perspective. Um, so it's yeah, bro. Don't get caught up in thinking, oh, if it's changing, that must mean it's evolving. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, bro. Not necessarily. Even with this thing of like just the world in the political space, even in the political space, people were, we're evolving in the political space. I mean, on the surface of it, it looked like we evolving, but once you dig beneath the surface and you realize, bro, none of this, some things have changed, but we ain't really done evolve on a political standpoint either, bro. Now I would tell you, in spaces we are evolving in, as a planet as a whole, the energy on this planet is evolving. It's changing and it's evolving. So that's why so many things that's happening that a lot of people can't understand, because the planet as a whole is evolving. Whether you're evolving with it or not, it is evolving. Not everything that's encompassed within this matrix that's on this planet, the matrix is not evolving. And a lot of these things that people think is evolving because it's changing is attached to the matrix, and the matrix isn't evolving. It's changing. It's changing into destruction for a new system to be built up. You feel me? So yeah, bro, pretty simple concept. I mean, I just had to touch on that because, bro is very adamant about saying, but the strands, they just evolve, and that's what you don't get. I mean, something changed, it don't mean it's getting better, bro. Y'all remember that and never forget that. So when people come to you with new things, they're saying, oh, bro, it's evolving to a new thing, and ask yourself, is this really evolving or is this just changing? Did I like the old thing better than this? And remove your feelings and emotions from it. Really analyze and see if this new thing would you consider that an evolution, or would you consider that as just a new product as opposed to the old? That's how I see it. Especially with music, bro. Nothing, especially with the lyrics, haven't evolved. They've changed. Music hasn't evolved. Has it evolved at all, bro? No, not at all. And I think one of the main reasons I gave producers their credit, and the reason and majority of the credit I gave to them was because of the type of sampling that they use. And if you look at most of the samples that they use, what type of music do they use? Old school music. Old school jazz, old school neo soul, feel me? Old school R&B. So those frequencies within those musics contribute to the frequencies that these producers produce. And that's why the beat be sounding so good, because it be having that soul within it, that true, you know what I'm saying, feeling within it. It had the instruments still. That's another thing. It was instruments within the music back then. Now everything is beats and artificial stuff, bro. Vegan meat, would you consider veganism is evolving? In my opinion, it's not. It's just changing, and me personally, with this whole vegan thing, I personally think that I forgot who said it, who first said it. But it's a dude on YouTube. He got like white dreadlock. He talk about like coconut milk a lot and whatnot. If I figure out his name, I'm gonna mention on a later video. But he was saying how vegetarians should just be considered people who only eat vegetation, and I agree with that. Vegetarians should not include people who eat dairy and dairy products. It should be solely people who eat vegetation. Dairy products is not vegetation. You dig what I'm saying? It's fruits and vegetables, that's vegetation, in my opinion. So I think vegetarians should be people who only eat fruits and vegetables. But you know, people who made these terms are people we don't even know who first, you know, decided what was what. You know how that go. But with this whole veganism thing, dog, it's not evolving, bro. Lab grown meats, plant-based meats, and all that, bro. These meats, you don't know the long-term effects that these artificial meats will cause on you, or these, you know, you don't know, bro. Impossible meat. What's impossible about it? If some not saying it's impossible, I don't want to eat it, because it shouldn't be possible to be made if it's impossible meat. You feel me? So just stuff like that, just because it's something new, and a lot of people jumped at it because it was new. Oh, it's new. Oh, impossible meat. And I'll be transparent. I've had a slutty vegan burger before, a burger or two before. I think 2 at max. But I don't remember the last time I've eaten plant-based meat, plant-based chicken, none of that, bro. Like anytime I eat like vegan chicken is where I can tell like it's mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? It's portobello mushrooms or lion's mane mushroom. Feel me? Or it's a black bean burger. I know it's a black bean based burger, not impossible meat. So that's a little tangent, but it's so many lanes I could go with this, bro. It's so many lanes, but just to never forget, just because it's people out here showing you and telling you always new things happening, this and this and that, that don't mean it's evolving, bro. That don't mean it's evolving. Change can be good, but change can also be bad. Sometimes, bro, going backwards is evolving back to the source of how things was. Growing our own food, that's evolving. We think because we can go to the stores and buy food, we think we've evolved as a civilization. No, we became more dependent as a civilization. Civilization has just changed for us to become more dependent on outside sources. But in my opinion, going back to growing our own food, that's evolving back into the past of being self-sufficient. You see how going backwards into past of doing something can be seen as evolving because we've strayed away from something that thought. You dig what I'm saying, bro? So don't get caught up in the height of change and all that. Some change is good, but some change we need to change back into things we used to do in the past to evolve ourselves back into the higher individuals and the higher consciousness and the higher unity in people that we once were on this planet, man. Peace.